He's a tactical genius, he's the one to see on VP4TV. He's wild and he's free. Eyeball top number here to you and me. With his cunning moves, he's rocking endlessly. Tables and cues, they bend to his will. Every shot he takes gives everyone a thrill. With a glance and aim, he works to the skill. In the ball, lights for the chill. Tables and cues, they bend to his will. Every shot he takes gives everyone a thrill. With a glance and aim, he works to the skill. In the ball, lights for the chill. Tactical genius with every play, making magic happen every single day. In the world of billiards, he knows the way, taking every shot with prayers we say. Rack him up, he steps to the ground. Crowds gather round without a sound. With a twisted stroke, his fame is profound. Every victory makes our hearts pound. From the corner bank to the perfect cut, he wins the game without a single strut. Chalk it up, just a fortune or luck. But skill like his, it never gets stuck. On VP4TV, he's the showstopper. 9ball.com's the king, no one can top her. Watch him play and you'll be a hopper. He's the man, we all shout proper. making every shot with prayers we say. Rack him up, he steps to the ground. Crowds gather round without a sound. With a twisted stroke, his fame is profound. Every victory makes our hearts pound. Rack him up, he steps to the ground. Crowds gather round without a sound. With a twisted stroke, his fame is profound. Every victory makes our hearts pound. Rack him up, he steps to the ground. Crowds gather round without a sound. With a twisted stroke, his fame is profound. Every victory makes our hearts pound. To the perfect cup, he wins the game without a single strut. Chalk it up just for fortune or luck, but skill like his, it never gets stuck. On VP4TV, he's the showstopper. Eyeball, comes the king, no one can top her. Watch him play and you'll be a hopper. Here's the man, we all shout proper. VP4TV.
Where's the cue ball going?
Oh dear, outside, never mind.
Right, good evening, folks. Welcome back to VP4TV. We're here tonight for a one-loss side match. On the schedule, we have a couple of matches due to start tonight. We've got one Pocket Slim in his one-loss side match. Now, Miskin forfeited his second round match against Cobra. I'm not 100% convinced that Miskin's going to show up tonight. But anyway, they're due to go ahead at the top of the hour. On the one-loss side, one Pocket Slim should be streaming that on his Twitch channel if you want to join him there. And we have Bedhead against Powerslam on the one-loss side. And that starts at the same time, 7 p.m. Now, one thing to point out, on the tournament bracket page itself, and also on my screen here, we have Brain Fill Out against Interchange X, which is due to start at 9:30 tonight. That won't be happening. Slim informed me earlier on that Brain Fill Out has forfeited that match, but of course, as mentioned to Steve the other day, he hasn't got it inputted in the code to remove forfeited matches from the schedule. They will continue to appear on the schedule until it gets past the deadline time. So that match is null and void. Interchange X has gone through. And the only other match remaining is the Albinario against MC Clarkey. I think that's a fourth round match on Tuesday evening British Summer Time, as we are now on. And that's at 7:30, and I'll be there for that one. Now, Steve said that he's going to join us tonight, so he may well be there at the moment. But like I said, Slim's sitting there waiting on Miskin supposedly showing, and I'm going to stick my neck out and say I don't think he's into this at all. But then again, why would he have accepted the schedule and then not just go in and forfeit anyway? You know, that would save one Pocket Slim wasting his time. But anyway, here we are, and Bedhead turned up a couple of minutes ago. As you can see on the screen, we have Bedhead's highest run in Virtual Pool 4 in Straight Pool, and that is 120. And Power Slam's high run is 26 in Straight Pool. So again, strong evidence for a player who never goes near Straight Pool. Right, so I'm going to have a quick tab out. Steve's still not there. So we've got about 4 minutes to go. And, again, no evidence of Miskin. However, Power Slam has been in for the last couple of hours, I noticed. He's now in the chat in the lobby, and he was getting some practice in. So I suppose we're looking at pretty much a bloodbath. We would expect Bedhead to win this comfortably, but that doesn't dispute the fact that Power Slam has a target here tonight where the first thing he wants to do is beat that high run of 26, which I'm sure he's capable of doing if he applies himself. So that'd be something interesting to look at. Bedhead doesn't have much room to play with to beat his high run or to beat the tournament high run, because remember, the one-loss side is just a race to 150. And of course, Bedhead from Sweden, Power Slam representing the United Kingdom. I'll do one more quick tab out. And Steve's still not there, but he did message me while I was away at my dinner saying that he would be here, so no doubt he'll show up at some point. We have 2 minutes to go and no sign of Miskin. So I think if we look at the bracket, and like I said, that Brainful Out match is now null and void, as we will get confirmed on the bracket. You can see it there. Interchange X Brainful Out, and the forfeit and Interchange X has gone through. Now, the good thing about that, though, is that the lineup for the next round is more than likely going to be One Pocket Slim and Interchange X. So, two guys from the States battling it out probably to survive in the tournament. So, that'll be an interesting matchup with those two guys. And no doubt Slim will be streaming that one. So that's pretty much it. That's the match we're covering tonight. Power Slam and Bedhead. And this is a match, in fact, it's a third round match. It's not a fourth round match. This is a match I'll be doing on Tuesday evening between Matt, MC_Clarkey, and Albinario. And so now, in fact, I take it all back. Miskin has showed up. He's in the lobby. Slim's got a match on. Well, at least he does for the time being. Right, quick tab out. Right, welcome to Steve.
Yeah, hang on here.
Oh, you're breaking up. Right, we'll get the tab set to the match or the tournament rooms. So Miskin has come into the lobby and he's gone into a room. So no doubt he's getting a very, very quick warm-up. He's going to barely break the balls, and then he's going to have to get into the tournament room. So we are now at the top of the hour, and the rooms are up, and we'll get in straight away.
I think I'm here.
You are very, very quiet, Steve. You're away in the distance.
Okay, hang on.
What have you done to your Discord? You've broken it, because I've not touched anything.
No, I'm on another computer. Hang on.
Yeah, you're going to have to get into your little cogwheel thing and go to your audio, because you're virtually silent.
All right, how's that? Is that better?
No, that's not any good.
How about now?
No, not any improvement. You've got to be a lot louder than that.
All right, hang on.
See, I don't want to go in and mess about with my settings.
Let's see, where's the setting for this?
So Power Slam forced to re-break because, what is it, 2 balls in the cue ball have to get to a rail. So he's not been putting in any homework and trying to get any sort of half-decent break. And he's let Bedhead in straight away. Well, he's going to collide with this 4-ball. And I don't know whether he wants to just run forward a little bit and play the 6 up the table and have a guaranteed shot. I don't think it's the wisest thing to be coming back off this 4-ball. Yep, that's probably the safest shot. Well, maybe not the 6, maybe the 11 or whatever ball that is. Or he might be taking the 4 to try and get a break. Now, I'm wondering if I have to actually readjust myself because you're on a different computer. Hang on a minute.
Better.
Let me have a look.
How am I now?
Oh, there's absolutely no improvement, Steve. None whatsoever. Right. Say something.
Something.
No, I've got you way up at 168%. There's absolutely no improvement at all. None.
Boy, I don't get it. Yeah, I just don't get it. Let's see.
Now, if you go down to your, I mean, I'm probably stating the obvious, you should know that anyway. Go down to your little cogwheel down at the bottom where your headphone is and your mic symbol is, and go in there and adjust your slider.
Well, my input volume is set to max. Set to 100%. I just wonder if some of this other.
I'm not picking up. I can hear a very, very quiet. Now, voice and video is in that menu.
How about now? Automatic gain controls on.
No, that's slightly better, but it's really far too low.
Shoot, let me see if there's something.
Input volume in mine, I've got it up full, and the output volume is at half level. Input mode, I've got voice activity highlighted. The input sensitivity, I haven't touched that. Echo cancellation is off. Noise suppression, I know I've got these off because I'm running through voice mod.
Okay, is that better?
Oh, that's much better.
Okay, where do you want it?
That's fine. Leave it at that.
Okay, is that okay?
That's fine. That's it working good now.
Okay.
And I'm sure anybody that's watching will let us know if that's any good. So, as I was mentioned to our viewer that we have at the moment, there's still, again, the problem with that defaulted match still been in the schedule. Slim told me about it earlier on. Brainful Out has forfeited against Interchange X, so that match won't be going ahead tonight. Meanwhile, Power Slam suddenly got to the table and he got rid of his minus and got a run of 7. And Bedhead obviously made a mistake, which we missed.
Okay, I'm back. Man, I'll tell you what, I've had a nightmare. I lost my computer. I had a big problem. I lost my system drive.
Oh, your main PC?
Yeah, I mean, I've got another PC I'm running. I actually tried to start Discord on that, but I couldn't remember my login. And then, so now I'm on the laptop. But yeah, I lost my main PC and I lost the system drive on it. So I got to reinstall Windows and all the applications, and it just sucks.
Yeah, that's a drag with the whole thing.
Well, I mean, it was a very strange situation because I've never had this happen before where I put in a media creation USB so I could reinstall Windows, and it wouldn't boot off of it. And what I found out was that the NVMe had gone bad, and it was causing the hardware to just hammer the thing. And because of that, it wouldn't even boot off a USB. So I had to actually take the NVMe out to get it to boot. And yeah, it was crazy. I spent like 6 hours figuring out what was wrong with this thing.
Well, you do realise I haven't a clue what you're talking about, Steve. That's all going in one ear and out the other, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, I've got another one coming. It should be here this afternoon, but then I've got another probably 4 to 6 hours of putting software back on it. It's just...
Well, I mean, you must surely be able to employ somebody to do that for you, a man of your means. I mean,
Yeah, you think I would trust somebody to set up my PC? No.
you must have a lackey somewhere that would do that for you for a small fee.
Yeah, it's really not worth it. You got to make sure it's set up right and all the software that you want. And there's a lot to getting your PC set up right.
Well,
I mean, I've got a
PowerSlam,
ton of software on it. I mean, it was my development system that went down.
so that's VP4 down the pan. That's it, gone.
Well, it's not gone. It's just, until I get the computer back up, I can't do any development. I mean, I've got a lot of computers. I'm running a Windows 10 PC right now on my main monitor, and I've got this laptop. I've got my Windows 11 rig. I've got a Mac. I've got a Windows 7 machine, a Windows Vista machine.
Yeah, but I mean, developers have to do that, don't they? Oh, I thought that was a miss there by Bedhead. He used all of the pocket, but developers probably have to do that anyway, so that you can check issues with, compatibility with older versions of Windows and all of that stuff.
Well, some of these real old ones probably not so much anymore, but I will be definitely keeping systems. I learned a long time ago that what ends up happening is if you get rid of the computer, then you're sorry. It's not just having the OS, but it's also mothballing systems in case you need some software ability to build something that was only on that system. So I've got systems mothballed from 15 years ago now.
Oh, Bedhead. I think he might be dead in the water here, or can he just get, I think he can get past the 7th, yeah.
Yeah, Bedhead should play this game he should be a good player, straight pool. He plays 8-ball good. He plays one pocket. I mean, this should really be a good game for him. He's already in the loser's bracket. I think for a lot of players, they don't feel comfortable playing straight pool. And I think they just got to play more. I know for me personally, I've never been that comfortable playing straight pool. And straight pool is weird because, like, you get a long shot in it, you're like, oh my God, and it's like, well, if you're playing 9-ball all the time, that same long shot, well, this is no big deal. It's like your whole perspective changes. So Bedhead may have some of that going. He just may not feel that comfortable with what he's doing, but I think he could be a good straight pool player.
No, I've just noticed, I don't think Slim actually posted the link for his channel, so maybe he's not streaming it, I don't know, but maybe he is, but he's forgot to do it, because I wanted to actually have it in the background to see what was happening, but
I'll check and see.
Yeah, I don't think he has. I don't see it in the chat, but anyway.
Well, my opinion of that. I think he's way better off not streaming because I think it's just
well, he spends most of his time looking backward and forward at the chat while he's trying to play. And my theory is exactly the same. He shouldn't be doing anything like that if he said he's, but then again, his excuse, if he wants to use that as an excuse, is that he doesn't play straight pool, so he's in it for the laughs. Whereas no matter what you go into, you're in it to win it. That's how it should be. Now, 7-ball goes, so there's not a problem there. Problem might be getting a break ball.
Who's he playing right now? Is he playing Miskin?
It's supposed to be Miskin he's playing. Oh dear, well there's a mistake again from Bedhead. Well, that's the match you missed. I thought you said you were going to be there. I must have picked you up wrong, by the way, on Friday. I thought you said you were going to drop into that match with Cobra, and who the hell was Cobra playing? I've totally forgotten already. Tommy on Friday.
Yeah, I was gonna, and then I just got. Oh, look at this! I got into the. I was working on software, and I just got into it, and I decided not to come in because I was actually making progress. And then yesterday, I couldn't do anything because I didn't have a computer.
Well, there you go. That's probably punishment for that. But anyway, Cobra made a number of mistakes early on. The problem for Tommy is that in every one that opportunity was given, he never took advantage of them at all. And that's the story of that match.
So Slim is streaming. He is streaming, and right now it is. Let's see.
Right, well.
Slim, it's 30 to -1. Slim is up. So he does have a stream going. He's only got 2 people. He's only got 2 people watching it.
Well, it depends how this one's going as to whether people will stick with this one as well, and vice versa. Post a link in the lobby so I can get it in the background, and then we can have a little look and see what's happening. And
Too late. I already got rid of the window. Too late.
Right.
I'll get it back. Hang on. You have no idea how lazy I really am.
Power Slam's run was 6. The Bedhead's making mistakes early on as well.
That's what makes me a good programmer, is I'm lazy. Being lazy is a great attribute if you do software, because what ends up happening is you do all the things that you need to do to make your life simple.
Well, I think Bedhead's focus is a little bit off because...
Okay, well, Blind Hog posted it too, so...
All right,
you got 2 links.
Oh, wrong button.
But right now, it's a slaughter. This match is actually closer.
Right, let's get rid of that.
I don't know much about Power Slam. I mean, I see him online sometimes. Does anybody know much about him?
He, I think, plays snooker. I think that's his game.
Hopefully this can work.
And basically doesn't play a lot else apart from that. Let me just mute this. Hang on.
I wonder if anybody watched the straight pool. I was watching it today.
Yeah, I watched it. I've been watching that UK IPA pool, which is like blackball. Yeah, I was watching it as well the last couple of days.
It's very similar. I started watching that some, and you know what? It's okay. I mean, I like watching Bar Table 8 Ball, which it's very similar to.
You think so?
Yeah, I do think so. It's very similar to Bar Table 8 Ball. I mean, those rules that they have are closer to Bar Table, like World Rules, Bar Table 8 Ball. They're closer to that than Black Ball is. They made the rules more like the Bar Table rules. And especially with players at that level, I mean, they don't hardly ever miss balls. So it's like, the fact that the pockets are curved or something really doesn't make that much difference.
Well, Spud Boy, I'm looking at my live stream on my phone, and there is not a problem. So if anybody else thinks there's a problem with One Pocket Slim's stream on the internal browser causing my live stream to be choppy, let me know, and I'll go with the majority. But looking at it on my phone, it's fine. Mark says it's fine.
Well, I am seeing a variation in the frame speed, but I don't know if that's you can tell by just watching the ball roll. If the ball doesn't roll smooth, you're not running a good frame rate, and that's what I'm seeing. But I don't know if that's from you having this other stream on or not. But it's definitely not running at a consistent frame rate.
No, I don't see any problem, but as I say, I'll leave it for a little while because it might settle down and see what happens then. Well, this is far from a spectacular start from Bedhead, and Power Slam is in a run of 15. This is probably going to end here, but
yeah, and this is this is where you want to play safe. You could make this and take the cue ball up table, call safe, and make it up there and go up table. Did he call a safety?
Yes, he did, and it's going to end up in the back of the pack.
Well, he got lucky there. He was trying to do what I was saying, is make the ball and put up. The biggest problem with doing this is that you give the guy a chance to stick it on top of the rack. Now, that's not always a gimme play because he's not going to try it.
Oh, well, I'd be blasting this and smacking them open. That's another poor shot there from Power Slam.
Yeah, this is a pretty good opportunity here.
Welcome to Mark.
So those diamond tables those guys were playing the straight pool on, those play a little tougher than this one does. I mean, those pockets aren't quite as generous.
Yeah, they're tighter pockets than the pockets that Jason Shaw was making his high run of 830 odd on.
Oh, much tighter. I mean,
they mentioned that in the stream.
Yeah, I mean, much tighter. Jason Shaw was playing on pockets that were bigger than these. So, I mean, that was, you're not going to make...
Seriously, bigger. You're saying the pockets he was playing on were bigger than these normal pockets on this table? How bloody big were they?
Oh, they must have been close to 5 inches. They were gigantic. I mean, I don't know what they were exactly. These are 4.5, but the thing is these rails are set up and the channels are set up to play easy too. So this table might play as easy as what Shaw was on.
Well, that's nailed the 2 ball to the rail. 9 balls in the rail. And well, 2 balls at either end of the triangle. You've got the 5 at the head of the pack, and you've got the 11 ball at the corner. I think it's, and of course the other ones are all dead in the rack, I think. That 1 ball looks it as well. So he's got to get into a sort of tight space here.
Well, it's pretty typical in the straight full rack to have to deal with all these little balls together. I mean, this is why you do those drills. It's a lot of short, precise movements.
What you trying to say? You still couldn't pot a ball, Spud Boy? Is that what you're trying to tell us? Surely you must have been able to pot a ball in a table like that. Right, well, I think he's got into the spot. Although I think, well, he's probably going to end up breaking into the side pocket again here where this 5 ball's sitting. That's looking the favourite at the moment. Because if he comes up table, pots at 9 down the rail, he can just drop through for the 5 across side and then break into the pack that way. That's more than likely what's going to happen here.
Well, Spud Boy, that's what my practice table is like. My practice table has 4-inch pockets, and well, I'm used to playing on those kind of tables. But you got to be sharp.
Now, what the hell's this he's done? Because this is horrible, whatever the hell he's trying to do here. I have no idea what he's trying to do here. I mean, he's now got to go 3 rails to get around it and cut this 9. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. The pace looks good. It needs to keep going, though.
the problem he has now is this is terrible angle. So you really almost have to hit like the 3 ball on top of it. If you hit like the 8, or if you hit below the 3, you're probably getting stuck.
And I don't think he can necessarily. I mean, he's really got to catch a corner to get out of there. I think he could end up stuck. Yeah,
Yep,
he just
right on
glanced
top.
him.
Where's the cue ball going?
My
Oh
God.
dear!
Yeah, that was crazy there.
And well, I don't think he's got anything very inviting here. He's got a dodgy 7 ball he can cut, and a dodgy 14, but I think it's a lot safer to cut because he can maybe get a little hit here as well. That's actually not bad where that's sitting.
He could bank the 11. He could cut the. I'd cut the 14 myself. I mean, I think that's a pretty good shot. Yeah.
Well, he's sort of
got
run
a
along the
couple more
back of the
balls
balls, and yeah, well, he's got a bailout.
He's got the bailout, and the 13's actually pretty good for opening them up. Although it'd be nice to save that. It's a good break ball, but he might have to use it. I mean, you got to get the balls open. There's times when you just can't save the break ball.
Does it have the sharp edge jaws? Asks Spud Boy.
The sharp edge jaws. Well, I mean, I'm not sure what you mean by sharp edge jaws. I mean, the rails were cut to that size. There was no like shim added. Like a lot of people will take tables and they'll shim the pockets out, and that just doesn't play right. These were actually, the rails were replaced and cut to that size. The backing was cut to that because you got to extend the backing out in the rails, and so they're
no.
If you're talking about the pocket angle, the pocket angles are fairly straight, not perfectly. They angle out a touch.
Just for ignorant viewers like myself, Steve, can you explain shim the pockets out? You talking about sticking and bits on the pocket or what?
Yeah, you can shim them out with pocket faces. See the rail?
Yeah.
The rail, you can put more pocket facings out on them. When the rails are done, they're cut and the facings put on it, and but to extend them, there's a backing behind it. It's actually wood, so you have to extend that out. You can't just make a longer rubber bumper. You have to extend the back part of it. There's a backing on the rail.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see all that because it's all wrapped with the cloth.
Mm-hmm.
But the cheap, easy way to do it is put shims in, and the table just doesn't play good. The pockets are dead, and the shims usually aren't that smooth as far as how the edges meet, and it's just not good.
Welcome to Fast Eddie. Good afternoon.
Yeah, 4 1/4 inch. No, I don't have an old Brunswick. I have an interesting table. It's solid sedgewa wood with a Brazilian rosewood top. It's a beautiful looking table, and it was made by a couple guys in LA in 1970 that started their own company that had worked at Global, which was a table company back in those days.
Oh, Brazilian, that'll be elite. That'll be so. There's illegal logging involved in Steve's table. If it's from up the Amazon that you got the, the Brazilian rosewood.
I think so. Well, Brazilian rosewood, yeah, you can't get that anymore. Oh, this was built in 1970 when you still could.
That was when illegal logging was just sort of starting.
Well, I mean, there are certain species that are protected. Brazilian rosewood's one of them.
Well, this is in the early stages of becoming something more substantial here for Bedhead.
Well, he's going for the side pocket break, and it's this is. Maybe he's not. I don't think there's enough.
He's going to use the 2 and go the inside cut and the one into the side. Oh, what the hell is he doing here?
Oh boy, he's squaring up.
I don't know what the hell he's doing today, but I mean,
yeah, he could have broke with the 3, but he would have had to be on the other side from the 1, which was no good. I mean, the 1 was perfect to stop it, but where the 3
Where's
was,
the cue ball going?
That side. Well, this is just crazy bad.
Well,
I mean, this is Now I'm beginning to see why Bedhead's in the losers bracket. I don't.
Well, you know, if you'd saw Cobra the other day at the beginning of his match, you would have thought he was in the loser side as well. I have to tell you that.
Well, you know, straight pull's a different animal, and really, you know, we've had some guys that were pretty good at it. I mean, Albin, we know is good at it. Acero's good at it. Just because you got the pull skills doesn't mean you're going to take to it like a duck in water.
Well, there's a good safety from Bedhead. Miles away from the break shot, and nails a cue ball to the stack, and not a shot on, nothing, not a sniff.
Are you saying he got lucky?
He got lucky, yeah. Not a sniff. So one foul apiece at the moment. Power Slam's probably going to set himself in two in a second here, maybe not.
So if you're going to bump the rack and take a foul, you need to move balls. Try to get it to a situation where you've got something that you've accomplished, where the next time you get back to the table, you can do something. And that's obviously no good.
Yeah, that's just an invitation. And run up there and leave the pot on either the 13, the 15, or the cut down the rail for the 11. Both of those go.
But I'm glad to see Power Slam in this. I mean, you know, this is how you get better at these games, is play. You can't be afraid to play, you know, get in, and so you get your brain speed out. It's not the end of the world. You might learn something.
We're still thinking that this stream in the background is causing issues. Yeah, 57.5. So I think, I mean, Miskin obviously hasn't had that many opportunities, because in that first match that I watched when he played Fast Eddie, he was making contributions every time he got to the table.
Well, maybe Slim plays better if he talks and plays at the same time.
Good evening to Cobra.
Oh boy, that wasn't a good miss.
Well, mistakes are plenty in this for Bedhead. The Bedhead's got the same disease Cobra had the other day. And you know, one thing is, if you're going to have a match like that, you know, get it over with, as long as you can still fall over the line. But the chances are, if Bedhead gets through this, he's going to bump into somebody that's not necessarily going to be quite as amenable in terms of not taking advantage of the opportunities. Now, here's a great chance here for Power Slam to, you know, stick something on the board again.
Yep, he's got a good break ball that he just shot. Now, see, that just shows me that he hasn't played much straight pull, because he just shot his break ball. What would he do that for?
Well, you made a 201, Cobra, in practice.
Oh, that's pretty good. If you could do it in practice, you know.
Welcome to Interchange X. And Cobra's now in the tan cloth.
My mentor, who was a very strong player, I asked him one day, you know, what his high run and straight pull was, and he said 168, which, you know, is good, but for as good as he plays, I thought that was kind of low. He said, yeah, he goes, it's 168, but I did it in a match for $1,000. So that means a lot more, you know. So what I'm saying, Cobra, is it means a lot more if you do a 201 in the actual tournament.
Yeah, but Cobra's high run won't register if he was just practicing on his own, Larry. I presume that's what he was doing, and maybe somebody was in watching him. But yes, his high run is 197 in a match. There you go. See,
yeah. And that's pretty good. I mean, I think when you can run those kind of balls, you're doing a lot of things right. You know, you have to play the right way to get to those kind of numbers. You You got to have, you know, besides being good and having
That's
focus
no
and all
good.
that, you've got to play better patterns and understand how to make break balls and get on them, because you just can't run that many racks in a row if you don't do those things.
No, this is an unmissable bank. This 15 ball, unmissable. Even I could get this. Well, that's a terrible bank. Look at that.
And
That's
Bedhead's
awful.
a good banker. Well, I will say, he was on the rail, right? Wasn't a cue ball on the rail, or was it over a ball?
Well, he's not impressed. Well, that was a mile out. He was only a diamond out from the bank.
You're talking about a one pocket player. Well, I mean, maybe he feels like he needs to give Power Slam some opportunities that, you know, make it enjoyable for him.
Yeah, I think you're getting into the realms of fantasy there, Fast Eddie. 43. So Power Slam. Another, well, I don't know whether you can see that 14, but he's got a bailout down here. He's also got the combo. And it's not really going to progress much further unless he's got something adjacent to this pack that he can get to, but...
Oh boy. Now, that wasn't a particularly hard combo, but any combo can be missed.
Well, you've got a ball right at the head of the rack, a ball at the corner of the rack. None of them are any good. 14's the only one you've got a chance with. Well, he could... I don't know. I mean, what angles he got in that 5? You know, he's going the other way.
He's going to have to use. He's going to have to use the 14. But that's the ball you want. If you're going to hit a ball off the end rail to break, that's what you want, because you can draw it back and go into the rack at an angle.
You want to catch.
And he's a little straighter on than he'd like to be, so you got to be a little careful that you don't miss the rack. If you hit this hard, you probably won't, but you got to come back at an angle. Ideally, you want to hit the 7 ball. Maybe the 6 is okay.
You're right enough. Well, another safety from Bedhead.
Well, that was crazy missing on that side. I thought, you know, you can miss on the other side if you hit it too straight. I think he was worried about that. That was nuts.
Steve, is there a config file or something that stores settings?
The settings are in the registry. Windows registry.
Right. Well, there's nothing doing there at the moment. Pack's far too tight. But this is where it gets interesting again. Trying to run into the head of the pack. He's got it pretty much nailed, I think. I use multiple picks on my phone. What the hell's that got to do with it? What are you talking about, Mark?
I think that
where does that come in the conversation, or am I missing some of the chat?
I got no idea what he's talking about.
I use multiple picks on my phone settings. So Miskin, let's have a quick tab in here and see what's going on. Do I need to adjust the quality of that? Where is it? Right, I don't want that. I think that's better. Right. So, see, this is why I can't watch Slim when he's doing this, because it annoys me watching down the queue. It's really annoying watching somebody down the queue in this game. So it is. So Bedhead with a 31-point lead. Race to 150. Hang on, I'll get rid of that. That's what I'm looking for, my donut.
Yeah, I don't get how Bedhead can be playing this bad. I mean, he's got to be better than this at straight pull.
Well, that 12 ball stone dead into the side pocket, that again is unmissable. Absolutely stone dead. Even I would get that. So he must have noticed that. He can leave that there for the time being as a possible bailout if something happens down at the bottom end of the table here.
The balls are sitting a little funny here. He's got to get, oh boy, that's not where he wants to be. He needed to get up and shoot the 13, so then he could shoot the 15, because the 15 is blocking the 11. It's blocking the 3 and the 15. The 10 is blocking.
He's going to get the hit here.
Well, yeah, but
no,
that's not
created more problem doing that. You see, that's in a dead line into that pocket. That 12.
Well, that's what I was saying. If instead of having that angle, if he could have got pretty straight on the 13, then he wouldn't have had to start bumping balls.
Well, I think if he just tucks this 3 away, he can just nip behind these 2 balls and play one of them up the table. I don't see any problem there if he deals with that right now. I mean, that's what I'd be doing. I'd be nipping in behind this 2 and 15.
You just want to avoid moving balls. I know I bump him too much.
Yeah, I think he was too high an angle, but he's played it right.
Bill Moropoulos, he really worked with John Schmidt on not bumping balls, and John Schmidt wasn't too shabby a straight pull player. It's just it's kind of easy to get in the habit of moving balls around, and it's really not what you want to be doing.
Oh, aye, custom colours, aye.
Custom colours for what?
Well, that's what Interchange X was talking about, as to whether he could go in and fiddle around and do custom colours for the cloth. Well, I'll tell you something.
No, they're not in the settings.
Well, who remembers the guy? I'm sure it was one of those guys that's now running Shooter's Pool. I'm sure it was him, and he had a hold of VP4, and remember we seen it was either screen, no, it was video, where he had edited the balls, he had edited the tables, he had edited the cues, and everything looked gorgeous. He had all sorts of weird things that he'd done, and I can never ever find that again. But he'd edited everything. You had balls that had symbols on them and all sorts in VP4. So he clearly knew what he was doing. And I think he'd done the cloth as well. He'd done everything. Yeah, he certainly knew how to go in and do editing and whatever it was that you could do to it. But I'm pretty certain it was him.
Yeah, well, it's not something that most people are going to be able to do, to go start changing those things.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a game could be set up to allow people to change things.
Well, you see, the thing is, Steve, modern PC games, a lot of games thrive through modding. The modders get a hold of the games and they do all sorts of stuff for games.
I understand that, but I never felt like making it so you could do a lot of modding was going to make this game thrive. I mean, yeah, we could have more user configurable things. I mean, queues is the things that people have asked for the most.
Yeah.
I mean, we do have the capability of adding queues dynamically to the game. The problem is we don't have an editor for the users to make them, because making queues is not really that trivial.
Yeah, see, that's where you need to develop a numpty proof. See, the thing is, when you start talking about, yes, we've got a queue editor that you can now use, but you need Photoshop and all of that crap. Well, that's where I immediately lose interest, because I've got no interest in fiddling with the technical stuff or things like that.
if you look at most of the games, you know, none of the modding's that easy. If you're saying, oh, I'm going to change your shirt color, well, okay, that's not hard. I mean, we can make the table colors changeable. We can give you RGB sliders. You can make whatever color you want, but that's not like making a queue. So certain things you can make numpty proof. Certain things you can't.
Well, that's 7 and 8, I think, need dealing with because they're nowhere near set anyway. 7, you might be able to get enough of it to cut it in, I'm not sure. You know, in terms of sitting where like the 2 ball is, or just above the 2 ball like that, you might be able to get to the 7, but it's very, very tight. I think he still might feel he wants to get a bump in that to get it portable.
Yeah, it's pretty tight. I think it'll go. You might put a little English on it, but the problem with those shots is if you rub the 8 ball, then all of a sudden it doesn't go. He could shoot the combo right now if he wants. I mean,
Yeah,
that 7-8 combo that does go. You have to cut the 7 a lot.
You have to cut it a fair bit, yeah. I think he's going for the hit, though.
He may shoot it right now. Yep, that's what he's going to do.
I
Got
thought
a
he
little
was going
steeper angle.
Well, I thought he was going to hit. I mean, to me, it's easier to play the 2 and spin into the 8 and 7, get from the.
It is. So a lot can go wrong there. If you get behind it, you can be in trouble. You got to make sure you get, you know, more on top of the 8, and a lot of things can go wrong.
He's nailed it. We'll give him that.
Well, his big problem is what is he going to use for a break ball? The 2 is a possibility. It's not a very good break ball, but you could use the 2.
Yeah, the 2's a bit too far behind the pack as well, you know, to pot that ball that's in the triangle and leave the cue ball in there and use that other ball as a break ball, because the 2's too close to the edge of the pack, if you know what I mean. If the 2 was sitting there, you know, you could probably do that, but it's actually behind the pack, so it's no good in that respect.
Well, this isn't very good here. Let's see what he decides to do. This is tricky getting on the 2.
Well, he's going to have to fizz right across the rail, isn't he? And he might hook himself in the 2.
Yeah, this is a very tricky shot. Let's see how he tries to play it. Well,
he's running for cover, clearly. Yeah,
see, what I would have done there is taken the same line and tried to come around the other side of the 2, even though it's a bad break ball from that side. It was too hard to get on that from where he was.
Right, so the run ends in 27. And again, Power Slam needs a feather edge, but he's brought a ball out and he's weak with the length of the cue ball. That's really bad. That's got to be down there, I'm afraid. That's just, you know.
I'll be right back. I'm going to go downstairs and get my NVMe SSD. It's just showed up.
Right, you've got all that time he's waited there to have a shot, and now he's just giving it straight back to Bedhead. Well, Bedhead's not going to get a great deal out of this and he's actually too straight in the 2 as well. He can pinch a bit to get around the corner and try and use the 1 as a break ball, and that'll do it. I think he's got to make sure he gets a good bit of top in this. He doesn't want to just lock himself in there. And he's locked himself in there. Commentator's eye. And I'm not sure that he's got a bailout. You know, he's just got a bailout. He has just got one. He needed a lot more fizz in that cue ball to get through those balls. But that'll work. Right, we'll have a quick tab and see what's going on here. Miskin on 32. Slim on, I don't know what the hell he's on because it keeps bringing up the name of the stream every time it moves. I can't see what's. Is there somebody in there watching that? Tell me what the score is, because I can't see the damn thing. Anyway.
Cobra's spilling his potting secrets. What the heck does that mean?
Oh, this. I thought he was going to play the 9 there for a bump, hasn't he? Oh no, they're fine, those two. They're fine. I thought they were locked up from this end of the table, but they're fine. And he's got, well, he's got 2 nominated break balls sitting there. One's going to have to go. And the problem, of course, the other problem is, can you not really draw this 9 and spin into that 7 and 6 and catch something, or is he too far behind it? Well, we'll never know because he's played a ball up table instead. But this 7 and 6 are they're a major issue here that he can't get to. He could try and get to off the 1 if he spins it inside. Need to hit this. I think even then that's a push to get from the 9 and spin the cue ball into that 7 and 6. Well, this is going to end fairly quickly here.
I'm not sure how much demand there would be for IRC.
IRC, what's that?
It's a
Am I
type
missing
of chat.
something? Chat filter. What am I missing in the chat here? Because I don't see any of that conversation in the chat. Is this somebody PMing you?
Well, I'm looking at this on the screen. It's not, for some reason, I didn't see it in the YouTube chat, but I see it on your stream.
I see it now. I see Spud Boy. Internet relay chat.
Yeah,
Well, that 7 and 6 are still sitting there.
I'm not even sure how popular that is anymore.
I don't even know what it is.
Well, it's kind of a predecessor to things like Discord and but it used more for text.
For in-game chat.
Yeah, I mean, it's one way you can do chat. You can get IRC clients. You can put them on websites. I mean, there's.
Well, that was inevitable. It was going to come to an end.
It's a lot of things. It's like news feeds. Who uses news feeds anymore? I mean, people don't really do it now. I've used news feeds in software, and I currently have software with a news feed in it, but I don't use it as a news feed. I use it for making announcements.
Oh, I forgot my webcam was on. And I've got the background removal on.
Now, what's the whole purpose of this little green oval around your head?
Well, it was something I was experimenting with the other day, where I had my background. I had a background on which I decided to take off today, but I forgot to take off the green capsule that's surrounding me, so I just left it there. I look like a capsule of medication. Well, that used all the pocket.
I ain't gonna say it.
Go and say it. I won't be offended. I'm Scottish.
I know you won't.
Well, I think Bedhead's got a cut in the 12, but is there any real value in taking a cut in the 12? I mean, he could cut it into the 5 and try and sneak back down into the long grass. Now I'm not sure what he's doing. Well, that would, to me, would try and take the pace off the 12 ball if he can try and catch a chunk of the 5 ball. And that's what he's done. And this looks a good length to me. I like that as a shot. Now that's got power slam in trouble.
Yeah, that's
because that's exactly how thin you want to get them. As long as you get the pace and the running in the cue ball and get that good length, anything that your opponent's going to do now is going to be a problem for them.
Yeah, see what he's going to give up here. Yep,
well, he's Big 12.
Yeah, that's a golden opportunity here. If you're Bedhead, you got to love that result.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you get from a decent safety for once.
Yeah, well, I've said this before in some of the previous streams that I don't understand why people aren't putting people up table on the end rail, because it's just a lot harder to do anything from up there. Even in VP, where, you know, the ball rolls straight and the cue goes straight and all that, it's still harder.
It's still hard to get that thing, and especially, of course, in straight pool, where generally at the early stage of the rack, that's where you're going to get safeties like that. And as soon as you catch a ball too thick, you're nudging a ball out the other side. So the pressure's on to get the exact touch on it. It is not easy from the bottom rail to catch an edge of a ball and get back down to where you came from. So Bedhead is, 46 away? Is Slim catching up? Does somebody say Slim's in 100 odd as well? Yeah, he's in 100 he's in 111, so these matches could both be finishing at the same time. Miskin is on 37. In fact, the actual scores are pretty much neck and neck for both of these matches, because powerslam's on 38, so very similar scoring. All right, Larry. So you're reading Steve's mind. So Steve was thinking it looks like a suppository.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking.
Ah, dear. Well, not having the use of suppositories, I wasn't really 100% certain.
Yep, and that's a good shot there. Get the 11 ball out of there, and you know, you got to decide how you're going to get on this 2 ball. I'm sure that's probably what he's leaving. He could leave the 10 ball. I mean, the 14's in a pretty good spot if he wants to do that, but I think the 2 ball is always going to be a better break ball. And that's just a little funny. He almost has to shoot the 10 ball now, though. He's almost got to shoot the 10 ball here. I mean, if you shoot the 8, if you shoot the 8, then you're going 8, 14, 10, which I'm not sure that's a horrible thing. You know, that might not be the worst way to go about it.
Yeah, but where are you shooting the 10? In the side?
That's where I would shoot it here, because you can just roll forward on this. You got enough room.
Well, I would like to be sitting sort of there to play that on the side so I could stun up. Now he's going the other way. He's going.
See, I don't like this, because now he's got to go across and back.
Do you not think that this is more likely to go sort of out of line, having to travel that far and back and get the pace right? You see, to me that was a lot simpler. You know, just running it and maybe even stunning it and holding the cue ball.
Yeah, and now
he needs to keep going. Well,
he's got a little angle. He's got enough
something.
Well, the only problem about going forward with the 10 is you had to be a little careful about not overrunning it, because you could get blocked by the 2. And, you know, you did need to roll it out a little bit, you know, because you had to get to the point where you're at least straight in on the 10.
Is the Hall of Fame still on the internet from VP3? Well, you don't really need that now. Remember, it's on the stats here, because all it was on Wikipedia, and that was, you talking about all of the tournament winners.
Yeah, I did a bunch of work. I did a bunch of work to bring VP3 in. I mean, VP4 was easy because it's in the database. I did a bunch of work to bring all the VP3 stuff in.
All of that, what do you call it, was on Wikipedia, and it was already put in, all the tournament winners on the stats page. No, the picks of players, no. No, there's nothing like that. In fact, I don't even remember a Hall of Fame in VP3. Is that not a separate website or something, maybe? I don't remember that.
Well, it's looking like Bedhead's been getting rolling a little bit better as of late. Let's see if he can finish off this rack and keep this run going.
But it just goes to show you, I mean, these guys can pop balls. I mean, Bedhead and all of them can pop balls, but, you know, straight pull isn't quite amenable to that all the time. And we saw Cobra getting frustrated and struggling.
Well,
at
it's
times,
interesting
but,
because once you get past the ball potting, so what is there? Okay, well, there's the ability to move the cue ball, and you know that's a skill that you need to be good at to play this game. But
yeah.
if you're just good at moving the cue ball and you don't play good patterns, you know, if you don't play good patterns, then no matter how good you are with the cue ball, you're going to get yourself in trouble. So you've got to combine that with good pattern play, and that's, you know, that's why some of these guys that are good at making balls and are pretty good with a cue ball struggle, because they don't understand the pattern play and straight pull.
Now, has he got enough angle to try and bump these two balls, or does he want to bump them? Well, there's the answer to that.
Yeah, see, like if you ask Bill Moropoulos that, he'd say, no, don't bump them, because both those balls went. There was no reason he had to bump them. I think they went anyways. If the balls go, then you really shouldn't be bumping them.
He's trying to get inside for this 6 ball, I think, and he's on it.
Yeah. And see, there's a good example of not bumping the ball. You know, you got to the spot where you could just shoot it.
Don't slow down that much, Cobra. These matches take long enough as it is. Well, it looks as if he's got a decent break ball.
Yeah, I mean, this is all good. You know, at this point, you ought to be deciding. You got 4 balls left. You ought to be deciding the pattern you're going to play to get on that 11.
Well, I assume the 11's going now, because he's going to keep the 9.
Well, that's fine, but you still have to have a pattern in your mind. I'm going to shoot this ball, put the cue ball here, shoot this ball, put the cue ball there, and shoot this ball, and I'll be on the break ball. You really need that mentality where you plan out the last 4 or 5 balls.
Well, I'm not worried how he's getting onto this 15. This is
yeah. Well, it's
he's dead straight.
It's not really. He doesn't have a good plan. That's what I'm saying. Is like, where?
Oh no, that's the plan. That was a plan. That's a good plan. Holding it in the stack.
Yeah, and if he thought that from 4 balls away, then he's doing the right thing. If he just happened to get there and do that, then he's not doing the right thing.
I think we'll give him the benefit of that doubt. The way he played that was fairly deliberate.
Yeah,
and that worked. Usual issue straight away. Can he hold this into the little gap just near the 2 and cut that 6? Maybe not. Maybe I'm a bit ambitious saying that. No, that's tight, but it does go. So that's something to look ahead on. That 6 ball does go, but it's probably going to get bumped anyway because there's too much cluster run about here. Too much clutter, I should say.
You could do something like try to run an 11 ball here, and I'll tell you why that's a bad play, because you can just get stuck on it if you don't hit the 11 right. So you shouldn't try to bump balls. That's one of the reasons why. But the other thing is you don't want to try to put the cue ball in the tight places, especially with a bump, because that's how you get yourself in trouble. It really comes down to not taking chances. I say this all the time with 9 ball and stuff. And watch the pros, 9 ball, 10 ball. They don't take chances with the cue ball where they can snooker themselves.
This is fiddly.
Yeah, this is not what you want. And see, there he goes bumping balls, and that's how you get in trouble. He's got a bail out here. The 13 goes.
Yeah, it's going to deal with one problem.
So most of the straight pull drills I've done, it's like, you're doing a pattern and you're not allowed to touch another ball. If the cue ball touches another ball, you got to start over. That's a fail. Well, Larry, you're right. The key ball is the key, but you need to decide how you're going to get to that key ball, which is why 4 or 5 balls. Now, I didn't come up with this 4 or 5 ball thing. I mean, I'm not that good a straight pull player, but this is what John Schmidt told me. He said, 4 or 5 balls from the end. So you've got a key ball and maybe 3 or 4 balls left. You should know the pattern
You
you're
should
playing
then be,
to get to
you
that
should
key
then be
ball.
committed. Yeah, you should be committed by then, yeah. And don't forget that those guys are good enough to basically know where the cue ball is going and get there. They're a lot more reliable in that respect, the pros.
Well, I think we got a lot of guys on VP that are pretty good at moving the cue ball. But you got to have that mentality of thinking that way, that here I am a few balls away and I need to figure out exactly how I'm getting to this key ball.
That's exactly it. And that's where a lot of the players in the tournament who haven't played straight pool could have picked it up along the way. I mean, you've got to look at the structure, the layout of the balls, and work a way out yourself how to do it. And that's why I'm talking about players like Powerslam, who has never played the game basically. He's got a high run of 26. And this was a great opportunity for him to at least beat that. And of course, the other problem is that this will be the one and only time this year that these guys will play in this tournament. And that goes for all the rest of them that's in it, because it's not a regular thing.
Well,
I'm not
I will say,
interested in it. It's 9 ball, 10 ball, and not much else.
well, I will say this about straight pull. So maybe there's not a lot of straight pull played. Maybe people don't want to play it. Maybe it's hard to get a game. Yada da da da. But what you can do, and this is what I do personally at home, is I practice straight pull. I mean, I never play straight pull. I haven't played straight pull in 15 years, but I get on the table and practice straight pull. And it's great for your 9 ball game. It's great for your 8 ball. It's great for all your pool games just to practice it. So you don't have to have somebody and get in a match to play straight pull.
It's good. Or is it too? In fact, it's he's going to have to give this a fair stunt. Yeah, I mean, you're using all the technical aspects of pool to play straight pool. So you're using all the spin and all that sort of stuff, and the little stun shots, little soft draw shots, all of that, and you're in tight spaces. So all of that can be to your advantage in the long term with all the other games.
It's about having quality practice. Straight pull is quality practice. Doing drills is quality practice. If you're just, if you just go like in a challenge room by yourself and you play 9 ball, that's not quality practice. There's nothing to it. You're in there beating balls. If you want to play something like 9 ball or 10 ball and you really want to practice, the thing to do is play the ghost. So the way the ghost works is you break, you take ball in hand, and then you either run out and you win the game, or you don't run out and you lose the game. So you have to run out every time. And you can play a race. And I do this all the time. I play the 10 ball ghost a lot. And it's a great way to practice because, you're putting pressure on yourself and you're having to run out tables a lot of times that you normally would have played safe. So they can be very difficult. Oh boy.
Oh dear. Right. Well, it was going to be difficult for him to get out here because of the way those balls were set. He played the shot to get in amongst them, but missed the pot. Quick look at what's happening elsewhere. Slim is he's 135, so he's not far away from the finishing line, and Miskin is on 52. So Miskin's made a bit more of an impact than poor old Powerslam has. Well, but both of these guys are going bye-bye after these matches.
Yeah. This might be the last turn here. Yeah, well, Bedhead can't feel good about this match. I mean, this is just, it can be hard to be motivated when you're playing a game that you're a little uncomfortable with, and you're playing a player that can't beat you anyways, and it can be difficult to come out and play well.
Right, so he needs 7. He's obviously got the 14. So he's going to need to pick these off in the right way here. I mean, there's 1, 2, there's 3.
Well,
depending how he finishes here, 4.
rotation's a great way to practice. I mean, I do that a lot. I don't play rotation per se, but I'll put 15 balls out on the table and then run them out in order. And it teaches you to move the cue ball better because there's a lot of balls in the way. I've seen Efren do that with 2 racks. I've seen Efren put 2 racks of balls on the table and go 1-1, 2-2, 3-3. Let me tell you what, when you get 31 balls out on the table, there's a lot of stuff that can go wrong. It's not that easy.
I think he's got himself into the spot, or has he? Well, that's 7 and 5 are pretty much dead, so that'll take care of that, and it'll be hasta la vista. That'll be
He's
the 2
looking at the
balls
8
there,
ball
that
too.
one there, and the 12 will do it.
Yeah, he should be done here.
So we'll have a look at the bracket. Yeah, he's fine.
But
He'll
just a lot
spin.
of sloppy play from Bedhead this match. I mean, he's going to have to figure something else out if he's going to contend in this. Honestly, I'm shocked. Maybe he plays better than this. I can't remember, but I'm honestly shocked at how bad he's been this match.
I think I mentioned at the beginning of this before you arrived, Steve. I have a funny feeling that these 2 matches that are getting played tonight, the winners play each other. I could be wrong, but I think I'm right. I think One Pocket Slim and Bedhead are up next. I think that's the one I mentioned.
Unless Bedhead can bring something besides this, I don't think you can win that match against Slim playing like that.
Right, well, Slim's 5 away, so that's pretty much done and dusted, that match. So we'll go and look at the bracket. It's just a formality. In fact, I need to log back in again. But we won't bother looking at the stats because that's not going to be very impressive.
The Texas rack. What's a Texas rack? Texas in all caps. Is that an acronym?
Right, let's have a quick look here. So we've got the remaining schedule. Ignore the brain pull-out match. That isn't available anymore. There's the one match available, which is on Tuesday evening. I'll be 45. There for that. Albinario and Matt.
I've never seen anybody put 45 balls on the table. It'd be fun to see Efren do it. That's probably the only guy.
Right, I got that
wrong. It was fun
seeing
30.
It's One Pocket Slim against Interchange X next. What made me think it was going to be Bedhead?
That could be a good match.
Well, that should be a good match also. Bedhead's waiting on the winner of Fast Eddie and DJ Simon.
Yep.
So,
we've got a lot of good matches coming up.
If Bedhead's going to get one other bad match, well, I mean, his consistency wasn't great tonight, but obviously far too good for Power Slam. So, there's nothing left on the schedule bar this match that's coming up on Tuesday evening. So, that's the start of my days off. So, I've not got a problem about when it starts. It starts 7:30 British summer time, and I will be there for it. So, well done to Bedhead, well done to Slim, because that's bound to be coming up in the lobby right now.
So tonight you guys do your time change, right?
No, we did it last night, or tell a lie, we did it this morning, 2 a.m. this morning.
Okay. So I need to change tournaments. Well, send me a list of tournaments that you want me to change. I know one of them's Friday Night 9-ball.
Well, that won't make any
others too.
Well, the Friday Night 9-ball just purely for the guys to have it at the time they like. Any of the other tournaments, I'm not bothered when they start.
No, there were some other ones that people wanted, 8-ball tournaments or doubles, or I can't remember what they were.
Well, I would say Friday Night 9-ball Scottish doubles that occasionally goes, but there's not a great deal more. Well, that if it's a matter of changing them, then they all need changed if people sign up and playing them regularly, but I don't know who signs up and plays them regularly anymore. Well, there we go. There's that result through. So 150 to 52 for One Pocket Slim. So he's now through to play Interchange X, and I think Slim should be a bit more focused in that match as well.
Yep.
Because that's good. He's got a chance of pulling off a surprise there against Interchange X, hasn't he? That could be a real head-to-head battle from the States
Yeah.
for those
Well,
guys.
it should be a good battle. I'm not sure how good One Pocket Slim's straight pull game is, but I would think it would be pretty good. So I'm expecting a good one there.
Let's go in and spy on Cobra, see if we can jinx him. He's on a run of 75 at the moment. Watch this. Let's see how the jinx works here. We've got to watch this till the end now. He's got a pretty good table. He's going to give me the blame for jinxing him when he makes a mistake. That 4 ball's a break ball right now.
All right, I gotta go. I gotta go fix my computer.
Yeah, go and get that done, Steve.
Thanks for the stream, Hugh.
Right, we will see you again, no doubt.
Good night, guys.
You can get back to me if you're going to be around for the match tomorrow, Tuesday night or whatever, or Tuesday afternoon.
It was Alvin and who?
Alvin and Matt.
Yeah,
a hot
I'd like
shot
to be
match
there for
that.
Yeah.
It'll be a bloodbath either way.
Yeah, it should be good. All right, I'll probably see you Tuesday then.
Right, see you later.
All right, good night.
Bye. So Cobra on 81. Now he was talking earlier on there about slowing down. He's actually going at a nice pace here. It's also fun to develop a ball even if one already exists. I think Spud Boy's smoking something. Doesn't look like Sergeresh and I are going to get Gordon. All you need to worry about is that you sent a proposal. That's all you need to worry about. If you sent a proposal and you haven't heard anything from him, then, fine, you'll get advanced. This looks as if it's going too straight. I might have jinxed him. It needs to stop. Well, he's got an angle. He's going to have to hammer this big time to get anything out of this pack. And also to have a shot, and I don't think he's got any. It doesn't immediately look that he's got anything on here. Nope. Yeah, there's a very advanced 3-ball combo into the side pocket that doesn't even look on. Well, you can look and look and look, but I do not think there is anything there. Is he going to call the 2 and try and bump it in off the 12? Or is he trying to play the combo? Well, this is very, very, very long odds this is going to work. And as soon as that happens...
Oh dear, outside, never mind.
Right, well, the run ended, what did he make, 90-something or 80-something? That's it, folks. So don't forget, we've got that match on Tuesday. Big showdown match. Round 3 match, was it I said? I think it was round 3. Yeah, between, one of the favourites for the tournament and one of the sort of outside favourites, if you want to title him as that. Matt's sort of been there or thereabouts. He's going to have to be on his game to offer a big challenge to Albinario, but he's well capable. So we'll look forward to that. And I will see you then, folks. So thanks for joining us. And I will bid you good evening. And we will see you again soon. Take care and good night.
No bar, no pinball machines, no bowling alleys, just pool. Nothing else.